Our decline chest fly is a strength move for our chest, a little bit of the front of the shoulders as well. Positioning for this one is going to be similar to any sort of decline chest press, to where we're down in our bridge position. That's to where we're down on our back, head and shoulders are flat against the floor. We bring our feet in close to the hips, and then we press on up. Feet are staying flat, and we're keeping those hips elevated, trying to create a straight line from our shoulders up to our knees. So that is our bridge position that we'll be holding for this movement. It makes us kind of at a little bit of a decline here for that upper body, so that we're taking a little bit more of the triceps and the shoulders out of this movement and transferring a little bit more of this exercise to our chest. Upper body move with the arms is almost identical to a normal chest fly, to where we are flat on the floor, in that we have a slight bend in those arms. Palms are facing each other, and we are keeping that same bend throughout that entire movement. Nice and wide coming out. Upper arms are touching the floor at the bottom, but you'll notice since I have that slight bend, my wrists and dumbbells are not touching the floor. They are elevated off of the floor. I'm then coming up at the top, squeezing my chest together at the top. Coming down nice and wide, like I'm sticking my chest towards the ceiling, spreading those elbows out wide, and then coming back on up. I use the analogy acting like you're giving somebody a big hug, or you're hugging a tree. Nice and big and wide here with just a slight bend in those arms. Most common mistakes made on this exercise: not keeping a good hip bridge, so instead keeping down like this, whereas you're making it very similar to a normal chest fly. That's number one. Number two, keeping those arms locked straight to where they're coming down and we're touching the dumbbells and to wrist to the floor. That's going to put a lot more strain on the shoulders. Remember, slight bend in those arms, leading with the elbows as we come out nice and wide. We're not locking those arms on out. Last thing, full range of motion. Make sure that with those arms slightly bent, you're coming nice and wide, and you're getting that stretch at the bottom here across that chest. And then we are coming up and getting that squeeze at the top. This is not a speed move. Chest flies, decline chest flies, incline flies, none of them are speed moves. There's more risk for strain on the shoulders doing an exercise like this, so you always want to slow things down when you have a higher risk of injury, so that you really focus on the correct movement and working the muscle group itself, not putting extra strain on the joints.